It's Monday afternoon, and there's only one thing that happens on a Monday in my show, Soul and Motown, and we got this fella, Steve Griffiths, is on his way.
Let Conwy Employment Hub help you develop the skills you need to get back into work, and then help you find a job. Register online today.
I thank you all. So, good afternoon, you handsome devil, Steve Griffiths, yeah, from, where do you work again? I can't remember, you've had that many jobs over the years. I'm only teasing.
Oh, Gary. Oh, well, thank you, Gary. But yeah, Conwy Council.
Yeah, okay,
Conwy and with the Conwy Employment. I had to read that then. I was thinking, where am I?
I did notice.
You threw me. And when you said handsome, you were looking at Craig across the other room, weren't you?
Yeah,
so,
I was, yeah. So what have you got for us this week? And you've got a very special guest that you brought in today as well.
Gary, we are continuing with the theme of bringing special people every single week to the show.
To a special place.
To a special place. So yeah, we have a fabulous lady called Sharon with us today.
Sharon Garland,
I will let Sharon though explain what she does and her role within Conwy Council. But yeah, we'll talk about some jobs if you like.
Yeah,
Gary,
yeah,
and,
you fire away.
Mention a few things that are going on in the area. Mm-hmm. Any of your listeners, as usual, that are between the ages of 16 and 24, there are loads of jobs at the moment still with the government scheme or the DWP scheme for Kickstart. So I've mentioned all the jobs for the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks, haven't I? Including that one that we all like, which is
the boat one. The
boat one.
That's
See,
boat
everyone remembers the boat one. So yeah, all these jobs are listed. Once again, Gary, we've had some listeners that have registered from listening to the show.
Yep.
And actually, Denbighshire, let's say big hello for Denbighshire County Council.
Hey.
Because I believe some of those guys are listening to this show as well.
Oh,
so
can you name names?
I could, and I will next week, but I can't at the moment because I've forgotten.
You're terrible.
Think
before you...
But you only reminded me of that this very second. So,
all right, mate.
To those people in Denbighshire, we'll say hello next week.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, as always, there are plenty of roles, Gary, at the moment throughout the region. Mm-hmm. And we're helping many employers recruit. So, shall I just go through a snapshot of what's going on at the moment?
There's only... Sharon, there's only about 47,000 jobs available now. You're watching now. It goes on for ages about that.
I like to talk, but no. I mean, I don't want to bore listeners to,
You'll never
to go into another station, Gary. So, but yeah, I mean, we are recruiting at the moment. You've heard in the press plenty about HGV drivers.
Yeah.
So we have a client literally in Bodelwyddan, which is not far from where we are currently sat.
Yeah.
And they are after HGV2 driver, £30,000 a year permanent. So anybody who is looking for work at the moment in a driving capacity, you probably don't need to come through any provision or any agency. There are plenty of jobs out there. So but we thought we'd mention this one anyway for this particular client. Staying with drivers, delivery drivers, again, plenty in the area. We have an organisation in Llandudno looking for people at the moment. We need store team members for another big retail brand, £9.22 an hour, Gary, if you're interested and
me,
want to become a store member. There are plenty of work over in the Llandudno area. But I mean, we could go on and on. Actually, I've actually got a listing of 30 jobs here. It might be just easier if I just mention the job titles rather than going through all the details of the job. So we have got everything from HGV, collection officers. I mean, there's one here that I can't even pronounce, but that's for the local health board. Mm-hmm. Let's see if you can pronounce that.
Okay, let's just have a go. This is a new one on me.
What is that?
A phlebotomist. Phlebotomist.
Is that right?
If anyone out there knows the answer to that, what a phlebotomist is.
Sharon is nodding her head, so it looks like Sharon might be able to explain that one.
Oh, right, okay.
So I've not seen that one before, but anyway. But yeah, anything from drivers, cooks, chefs, laundrette assistant. So if you fancy working
You've got
in a
loads
laundrette,
available in there.
there's loads. I've got 30 here, and that's just the quick snapshot on what's going on in the area at the moment.
A good variety of jobs, which are available.
Well, these are all actually but a mixture of private and public sector roles that we're assisting employers with currently. I mean, in Conwy Council, I've just checked before I came out today, and there's 63 live vacancies with the authority at the moment, and that ranges from... I'll let Sharon talk about her sector, because I won't sort of spoil what she's going to talk about.
Spoil her thunder.
Spoil her thunder. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty in the local authorities at the moment. That's across the board, across North Wales. But yeah, 63 within Conwy Council. So yeah, plenty to go on, and that covers virtually all sectors from leisure through to schools, education. Won't mention what Sharon's going to talk about. But
I know what Sharon's going to talk about.
I know you know what's going to... Yeah,
because I'm going to play something very shortly.
But listen, without me rambling on about all the jobs, look, if anybody needs any help or assistance, our phone number is 01492 575 578.
Okay.
We can help with all sorts.
And your website.
And if you're looking at sort of any job, I mentioned the Kickstart, vacancies. We've got plenty going for 16 to 24-year-olds at the moment. All the Conwy Council jobs, they're all on the Conwy Council website, www.conwy.gov.uk. So that's quite straightforward. If anybody would like some advice or help with other roles that we're recruiting for other employers, then the phone number I gave you is the number to contact for us.
Right, okay. And it just sounds like there's quite a lot of jobs available there. So if you're looking for work, if you want to move on from the job that you're already doing, or you haven't been able to get a job for quite a while, all the training will be available.
Well, we're there to help, Gary. As we've mentioned the last few weeks, we can offer help with CVs. We can offer help with getting through barriers in terms of transport issues, childcare issues, you name it. Name it. Any problems that you've got, get in touch, because there's normally a solution to help you out.
Right, you have a guest today.
We have a guest.
You've brought a guest in with you, and I'd like you to introduce her. So come on, let's hear your radio voice now, Steve.
Over to Sharon Garland.
And what does Sharon do?
I don't know. Sharon can tell you what she does. So let Sharon do that. I'm going to ruin her chat.
Sharon, good afternoon. I'm cutting him off right now. How are you?
I'm
all right?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Jolly good. Now, Sharon Garland, you're a Workforce Development Officer from Social Care and Education Services at Conwy County Borough Council. Now, before you explain to everyone what it's all about, I'm going to be playing your latest TV advert. I think it came out last year, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so let's have a little bit of a flavour.
Just a carer. That's what they say. Just washing and making tea all day? That's not a job, just to wipe bums. Easy work, nothing hard to get done. But what they don't see behind a door, a carer, a professional, and so much more. A counsellor, a friend, to wipe away their tears, to be strong and supportive, to end all their fears. The job is hard and you challenge each day, dodging the punches and hurtful wordplay. But a smile and a hug, all rewards of their own. The best job I've had is the place they call home. Just a carer, that's only a word. My job is more than what you've heard. An advisor, a coach, so much more than what you see. It's a blessing and an honour to take care of your family. Just a carer, no, that's not me. I'm an angel in scrubs, serving the tea. Wiping your tears, being your friend, your loved one's guide until the very end.
So there you go, Sharon. That's what you're all about, and you're going to tell us more about the business that you're in and how we can help you and how you can help everybody else.
Well, hopefully we can, yes. Thank you for playing that. That was a clip from the We Care Wales, and that's our recruitment campaign for social care right across Wales. So today I'm here from Conwy County Borough Council, and just a small part of our job really is supporting the social care sector, both for Conwy Council itself, but also the private and voluntary sector out in Conwy as well. And as you know, we've all probably heard over the months and years gone by that actually we're we're in quite a lot of difficulties with recruiting into social care, as every sector appears to be.
I actually
right
work in social care as well, so I understand where you're coming from, you know.
Yeah, so we're trying to work with initiatives and work with Steve and his team really to help the sector in Conwy. Conway's actually got one of the biggest kind of private sectors in Conwy, with over 70 care homes and over 50 domiciliary care registered providers, either private or charitable organisations. So we're all crying out for new staff. So thought we'd come on today and try and promote the industry and promote the sector.
Now's the golden opportunity for you.
Golden opportunity, no pressure. So yeah, I think for us, we've worked with Steve's team. We've come up with a bit of an initiative really, and we've started a 2-day introduction to social care programme. Initially it was Steve's team looking for people coming through to, if they had an interest in social care or wanted to know a bit more about it, and to get some skills and knowledge really that they already have. It's stuff that people already have, and it takes a very special kind of person to work in social care. So
well it does, you know, from my experience as well, from working in social care. I'm an activities coordinator in the home that I work at, so you know, I know exactly what you're talking about. It does take a caring person, and you can see it in their eyes, you know, on how they talk to people as well, you know, elderly people. Not just elderly people, young people as well, you know, but you can actually tell when you've got a great one, you know.
Yeah. And I think it's just, you know, spreading the word really, that there's so much more to being a care worker or, you know, a social care worker. You know, it's more than just the physical side that people predominantly think about, you know, the actual talking and helping people's well-being. Yeah. And, you know, we all know over COVID.
Well-being's a big thing, isn't it? Because, I mean, say for instance now, and I'm rambling on more than Steve now, but people, it's a big transition for someone to go into a care home from being independent at home. And, you know, not everybody can do it. But, you know, it's helping them into that situation as well, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, very much so. We need to recruit for all sorts of roles, not just care assistants, but we're looking for domiciliary assistants, we're looking for drivers, we're looking for gardeners, we're looking for handy people working throughout the sector. So it isn't just the care assistants that we necessarily think about that we need. They're all so vital to the services.
Absolutely. It's one big jigsaw puzzle that all comes together in the end.
Very much. Very much. Yeah. So we're working with Steve's team predominantly to put people onto the Introduction to Social Care course, and the next one's running, I think it's the 15th and 16th of November. It's a 2-day virtual programme between 10 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon, and it's virtual, but we don't sit on the Zoom call all day. They'll be very pleased to know. It's made up with myself and my colleagues speaking for a little bit, and then some online modules that we support people through, just to give the skills and knowledge really of what social care looks like, what skills you need and already have, and how to build on those skills that most people have. They just don't recognise that, you know, they have those. Yeah,
I've seen that so many times. You know, I mean, I've spoken with people that in the business, and they think, I never knew I could even do that, you know.
And it's to reach out really to people that have maybe thought about working in social care but don't think it's for them, or don't think that they're the right kind of people, or even people that have never thought about working in social care but actually want to learn a bit more about it. We go through, you know, there's over 65 roles in the social care sector that you can look at, so there is something for everybody out there, and it's just going through that and giving them a taster, seeing if it is something that they want to do.
I think that's a great idea, the taster thing, because they'll know then, won't they?
Yeah.
You know, what a great idea that is.
and then Steve's team, if they want to, can support them, and ourselves can support them with applying for jobs, updating CVs. They'll come off the 2-day programme with 5 certificates and 5 courses off there as well to update. And you know, we talk about barriers to going into employment, and Steve's covered across a couple of them already. But you know, Steve's team are able to support them with that, with looking at if there's childcare issues or even costs for the DBS checks that some providers need. There is funding, there is help available for all of that as well. But alternatively, if they're not able to do the 2-day programme, we're willing as a team to work with them on an individual basis to give them exactly the same that they would get from the 2-day course. So, if they're not able to attend those 2 days, we can do that on an individual basis as well.
Oh, that's brilliant. So where are you actually based then?
So I'm actually home based, believe it or not, at the moment. Yeah, we've been working from home pretty much for the entirety of COVID. So, we all know how everybody's well-being's affected in loneliness and not speaking to people. So it's a bit of a change to be here today.
Oh, lovely. You've been set free.
I know. But we cover all of Conwy for
Which is a big county.
It's a big county. Very big county. Some rural areas that we need to reach out to as well. So yeah.
Right, okay. So if they want to if they want to contact you, how do they do that?
Yep. So they can either contact Steve's team on Steve's telephone number, or I'm happy to give out my email address if somebody wants to contact. So that's sharon.garland@conwy.gov.uk.
So give that one out again.
sharon.garland@conwy.gov.uk.
Wonderful. I love it when he comes in, when he brings a guest in. No, and it's always a woman. I don't know why. He has brought one man in. I'll let him off. But what an interesting story you brought to the table then. That's great.
Oh, more than welcome. Thank you for having me.
And Steve, thank you very much for bringing your lovely guest in.
So do I now need to apologise to Sean, who came on the show the other day?
Yeah, I forgot about Sean. Yeah.
So Gary, don't forget, when you do need your carer, we'll sort it out for you.
That's Steve and Sharon. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week, Steve.
Perfect. Cheers.
From Abergele to Prestatyn, Rhyl to Denbigh, this is Sound Radio 103.1.